map off of Grayhound because Grayhound is real scary. But look, just do a little bit better because we didn't see too much from them and didn't see too much from the individuals in that upper bracket game.
Well, we can quickly touch on the veto here as well. Looks like we'll be starting things off on Anubis. Then we're going to be jumping on to Ancient and finishing things off, if required, on Nuke. So a bit of a change up from yesterday. I think we started on Nuke yesterday, if I'm remembering correctly, but it'll be Anubis this time around, and Mindfreak do get the favored side of T, which is interesting considering Grayhound had the choice of side.
It's going to be a quick one towards A here for Mindfreak. Already two players in position to defend. Inns catches a face full of that flash. Vexite trying to pick up the pieces, but he's getting run down by all of these Ts here, Jordan.
Yeah, well, good start. Vexite Liaz off to a bit of a fly with those headshots, but, you know, it has slowed down a little bit, and Mindfreak are actually kind of making inroads now. Push onto Liaz, but Dexter not too perturbed by that fact, is going to still take the fight. Gets himself a 1-for-1. Bomb plan achieved for Mindfreak is a good start. Liaz needs some help, and he's not quite going to be able to get it from aliStair, who now is tasked with the clutch. He's got dualies, but pretty rough crossfire to try to break against the Glocks, which can be a one-shot headshot at this kind of a range. Still, he has defeated Danger, and DPR is on his bike. It's going to be a full 10-second defuse for aliStair, so he really has to find a way to get this kill, and he would have had to have done it pretty quickly because it is far too late now. Not to mention the kill comes through from DPR anyway. So, Mindfreak on the board.
Yeah, great start. T-Pistol going to settle some of those nerves and already put them off to a better start. You know, it's one of the more impactful rounds that you can put yourself up here, particularly against a team that you're not really expecting to beat as an underdog. The kind of rounds that you win that pistol, you go into the anti-eco, grab they have the opportunity to build up any kind of confidence. Force immediately out of Grayhound. Scout and pistols out. And no one on the A site here, heavily contesting E-box, B main, as well as middle. And Mindfreak, once again, seems like they want to make some early moves towards A. They've thrown a progression smoke over on E-box side to limit the info of the CT side here. It's going to put them in good stead. If they can pick up the pace into the A side here, it's just Inns in the retake situation with the CZ. Not really too much to be expected of him.
Patience from Grayhound on A. Not so the case on B. Dexter's gaining a lot of info at this point in time, and it's starting to inform the rotates. Liaz is moving away. He's going to go and pick up mid. So you're going to have 3 players on the A site for Grayhound, plus 2 fast rotators. This could get pretty messy pretty quickly from Mindfreak. Inns is going to have to swing as the Molotov will force him. Somehow he's gotten out of there alive. I don't know, what a mess. But he's going to get a second reload off with that CZ. Might not even be required because everyone else is doing some work, but Tux is there to lock things down for but a moment. It looked good for Grayhound. And then Mindfreak was able to salvage, but it's not over yet. Liaz is going to pretty much beat them to B. Not quite, but he is there almost in time, and he's caught Danger out in no man's land. Wow. Liaz, 2 taps to the head with the deagle, and that's that. The round goes to Grayhound. And that's the kind of round that no other team is going to win.
Yeah, 100%. And Liaz, I mean, he's always been known for his movement, but that's a perfect example of it. The ability to get over to B so fast, beat the rotation timing, and then it's just perfect movement and crosshair placement. You know, very little adjustment needed between the 2 deagle shots that he took. It's just all really good awareness and crosshair placement that allows him to clean up those last 2 kills. And that's going to be demoralizing for a Mindfreak that, you know, they had a bit of a heart stopper on A there. They thought they were picking up the pieces in the 2-on-1, and that's a heartbreaking way to lose it. DPR spots out the A main push there. Deep smoke in towards waterside. Grayhound taking the middle of the map. But how will Mindfreak respond with these pistols?
Well, at the moment, they're not. More than happy to just wait. And Inns looks like he's going to be left solo on A long, which is going to be a lot of early info for Grayhound if anything does eventuate on that side of the map. Also going to be in a bit of a stronger hold in toward mid and over toward B, but Forleks has cracked open Liaz's head. Bit of revenge for the last round, perhaps. And so Inns goes hunting for information. He's struggling to get that reload off, but the flash from Vexite bought him enough time, and somehow Inns is still alive. He's got 4 kills in the round. And Vexite the last, but Mindfreak not quite looking as clean as they were in their game against Rooster. In's getting away with far too much there.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be real. As much as I want to praise Mindfreak, and they have been playing well in the Chengdu qualifiers so far, has to be said, Brewster definitely have not been on their A game and are not going to be outputting the same level that Grayhound are. So it's going to take another level for Mindfreak to step up and make a competitive game of this. And unfortunately, despite the fact that they've had their opportunities in these early couple of rounds, definitely been put back in their place. Vexite, anti-eco spray down across the bridge there, and it's an ace. No guns lost for Grayhound, and that's a demoralizing start for a Mindfreak who feels like they're not getting anywhere fast. They're getting shut out of some of these rounds. They're losing some of these rounds in demoralizing fashion. They need to be able to just get the mental right, grind their way back into this game, because it's very quickly slipping into the same fashion as that upper bracket series they played against each other.
Yeah, it's a rough start for Mindfreak. You win the pistol, you think we're off to the races, but Greyhound's a bit of a different beast. And we might be seeing a repeat of yesterday, where there was some flashes of brilliance from Mindfreak, but certainly it was Greyhound that dominated from the outset. That is pretty clean crosshair placement from Dexter and a nice shot. Danger really just ducked into it.
Losing a pick to a scout headshot in your opening gun round is really not going to put you in a fantastic mood. DPR missed opportunity to punish that player rotating off E-box side. Oh, surprised he even made it out of there alive. 3 HE invested into B main, but it's still not great news for Mindfreak. They're going to start to scurry back to the only place where they feel like they have a foothold on this entire map right now, which is A main. Super's been able to take some spaces over there. Fortunately, they've lost one on the cross, and DPR feeling quite trepidatious about crossing himself on 8 HP, but he's made it across. But look at this rotation from Greyhound. They're already 3 or 4 steps ahead of what Mindfreak are doing.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mindfreak, I'm not sure they're getting too much out of this round either. aliStair loves this position. We saw that at IEM Sydney. And he might do some similar things to Mindfreak here in the IEM Chengdu qualifiers as what he did there. Let's get taken down by Tux in the end, but ooh, super. Okay, there's a little bit more spice that we've been looking for. It's actually going to allow a bomb plant for Mindfreak if he decides to stick it, but wanted to check cams first. Still, he's going to be given that. Not sure that he's going to win the round here with 5 HP, but a bit more economic damage, helping the team out by getting that bomb plant down. And that ends up being not as much of a disaster for Mindfreak as what it could have been.
Still not good news. The fact that they're just not really fragging up across the board is not putting any economic pressure on the Greyhound side. You can see just how much cash they've been allowed to stack up here. 10k for ins, couple of drops going to be coming on over here for the Greyhound boys, and still, you know, 5k plus on most of these players. So for Mindfreak, it's going to take multiple good gun rounds to get back into this game. And when you're talking about them starting on T side of Anubis, their map pick, that's not good news at all.
Well, more presence over toward the A side of the map from Mindfreak into round number 6 by the looks of things. Left relatively unattended by Greyhound, though they always have a bit of an idea, as signaled by that grenade from Inns on the timing, just half a second too early. Now Greyhound start to come back across to A, so Mindfreak, if they do decide to push their way in here, are going to be met with Inns, and there's a little hot flash to set up a bit of info and set up a peek as well. Good damage done, but no kill actually. The Molotov will keep them at bay. Vexite's got nowhere to go but backwards. You have to do a double take there. But Vexite's got 2 kills anyway. He wasn't even fighting and he gets 2 kills. The nade 1, the Molotov another, and the M4 a third. So still a solid hold here from Greyhound. It's a bit of a weird round actually with how it's eventuated, but looks like it should be Greyhound to pick it up pretty comfortably in the end. 2 guns, still not leaving themselves a huge amount of money inflowing into the coffers, but when you're up 5-1, I guess you're not really caring too much.
The team's taken so much damage from the util that round. It's the same story for Mindfreak. Wasn't all invested in that round though. 3.4k loss bonus. Was a half buy with the hero AK. Did take a few guns away from the CT side. They're slowly chipping their way back into this half, but it already is starting to feel like it's lost at this point. Fast pace yet again over towards A here for Mindfreak over on A main. Super, after getting flashed off the line, was a little scared of taking A main too quickly. It's a retake setup here for Inns. There's the B main aggression. Can Danger deal with that? He's heard the flash timing. He wants to try to catch Dexter on the push over on this side of the map while the rest of Mindfreak are working that A main control and maybe trying to kick off and execute here. But he's lost the duel to Dexter. That's bad news for Mindfreak.
Vexite. And Inns actually combining for that kill on the Tux. Mindfreak will know there's another player somewhere on the side, but honestly, they've tried to batter down the door on A few times and it hasn't worked at all. Just continuing to test the defense there of Grayhound, and it doesn't seem like they're really getting much success at all. Inns will spam through the smoke with the USP for the last kill of the round, and you know, same setup kind of from Mindfreak and same result really multiple times in a row. They've just tried to push their way through A long, and Grayhound don't seem to be having any problems with it.
Yeah, and I mean, this is pretty much par for the course of a team at this level stepping up into, you know, a grand final or a big LAN match, something like that. This is often the result that you get. You know, credit to Mindfreak. They've played fantastic so far this qualifier, but they are just not ready for a match of this caliber. And this is Grayhound's bread and butter. Winning qualifying matches to go overseas, winning LAN matches. This is what Grayhound does better than anybody else in this region, so this is pretty much to be expected right now. Mindfreak trying to size up a bit of a B push, see if they can turn around their fortunes on the half buy with a little bit of investment. They do have a hero Galil here. Trying to split these players in E-box.
Start for Liaz, but got to be aware of Super running through, and looks like Super's painted a picture around Liaz's head there. Missed every shot, and Liaz walks away with the kill, but all good in the end for Grayhound. Another round with 3 guns making their way into the next, and so it's kind of a bit of a Groundhog Day, I guess, for Grayhound. This time it changes up a little bit in that the fight was over toward B, but obviously the result is still quite the same. It, again, doesn't really feel like there's too much pressure on Grayhound at the moment. They're just going through their motions.
Tack timeout for Mindfreak. Difficult to really come up with a solution in this kind of situation because it's not just one problem that's plaguing you. You know, it's multiple problems. You need to step up individually. Tactically as well. Doesn't feel like they're doing too well. Feels like a lot of the time Greyhound's rotation timings and utility timings are coming out the better. It's been mostly site hits for Mindfreak on this T side of Anubis. Haven't really seen them explore middle too much. Try to work a default and split the map in half, or try to pull or push the CT rotations. A lot of the time it is just 1-4s. So maybe it looks like they might be changing up that heading into this round. Again, it is once a presence in A main, a progression smoke onto E-box. HE dumped on double doors, but Vexite's playing in house this time around. Boost up over the smoke on bridge. aliStair looking for a pick over towards A main, which has been a pretty common point of contact here for Mindfreak. And with how deep he's been able to get, you see the rotation from Inns into middle and the lean towards B from Grayhound.
Mindfreak once again leaning toward A. The Super's been tagged down pretty substantially. Grayhound haven't got a lot of info at the moment. We do have Inns ready and waiting with a flash on A long. Just as Mindfreak start thinking about doing things. He's also smoked off the Molotov on Plat, so it's going to give Mindfreak the impression that there might be a player set up behind the pillar, which of course is not the case. In fact, they'll have to deal with aliStair close, warp in hand. And that is just not going to work out for Tux. Good trade from Forleks. Rest of the lads, though, are going to have to clear out 2 players on the site, and that just appears to be too many. Since Vexite combined for a good couple of kills, and Danger's just a little bit late for that kill in mid. Dexter able to escape through the Molotov, and it's been remollied.
He's got another one.
By Ins.
He's picked up another one, and he's going to throw it on the same spot, maybe. No, he runs away instead. Only 7 seconds. The double molly is enough to lock that one down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you at this point, guys. Another round for Grayhound. Decent attempt to get out A main there with some trades from Mindfreak. But they're having a tough time putting these rounds together. Box yet again here. And it looks like Mindfreak is back to the 1-4 that they've been going for. The issue is danger with the bomb. Means that they can't really pick up the pace towards A. That's why you see DPR, I think, floating across to pick that up. They are going water side this time on the side of Mindfreak. Issue is they've got 4 grenades at 1 minute 30 against a fully kitted C2 side. So someone's going to have to get in there and, you know, do some elbow work. Get a pick, maybe brute force the way with some good spacing and aim into the sights. And winning aim duels has been a struggle so far for Mindfreak already. Dexter missed it into the smoke and maybe gives an opportunity to Mindfreak here and an opening pick that they needed.
Yep, they've got to find a way to convert this one. You're not going to get too many chances when you're up against Greyhound, so a 4v5 does sound pretty good, even if it is in around where DPR is holding on to Armorless Deagle.
Okay.
aliStair's dropped as well. So Forleks has found a way to actually make some pretty significant inroads here. They've still got to get past Liaz and Vexite over toward B. And Ins is also holding on to A. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch just yet. There's 2 quick kills for Greyhound. It's back to 3 on 3. And Mindfreak have somewhat squandered the lead that they did have. At the very least, they've been able to push Ins off of A, and that has allowed Tux to set up pretty forward toward Heaven. Hasn't heard Ins on the rotate back in. But he will check for him. And that is the bomb plan for Mindfreak. So, the first time in a while they've got a bomb plant down and a favorable post plant. And surely here they can convert the 3-on-2, considering especially Liaz has no HP to work with at all. Vexite will be the first point of offense. Gets one, but not the other. And so for Liaz, another 1-on-2 is going to be required. He knows that Forleks is close. And can't manage to make that one connect. So, second on the board for Mindfreak. It's not really much to get too excited about, but at least it is something.
Yeah. I mean, not really any kind of amazing tactical genius from Mindfreak or anything like that. That round is essentially Forleks holding the E-box angle and getting fed multiple picks. So, look, it's a good round to be picking up. Gonna need to see more from Mindfreak, though. See if they can even scrape 4 together on Anubis T side, which would still be considered a bit of an L. DPR deep up onto this AWP line. aliStair's heard the footsteps though, knows he's on the right side. Molotov to flush him out. aliStair not even needed. Dexter cleans him up, and then the trade, not even a possibility. aliStair was already on that line. Progression flash puts him further out on the B main line. He might even catch the cross here.
Dexter's been able to cross out of B main as well. And even if aliStair were unable to get that frag, you suspect Dexter would have had it on lockdown. So this is a really poor position for Mindfreak to find themselves in. Dexter really quite progressed. The flash came through, but Forleks was able to keep his head ducked down, and so it's all good in the end. But not enough to really trouble the scorers here, and Greyhound are more than happy with their 4-on-2 advantage. Mindfreak back to square one. Got to go grab the bomb first and try to figure out how to negotiate this round.
Yeah, I mean, 4-on-2, there's space somewhere to be found on the map, but with not a whole lot of time to get it and no real meaningful map control for the T side. All of the duels being taken at B main. No information for Mindfreak. They're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. aliStair single scoped on the cross. Easy shot for him. Doesn't even have to raw adjust at all. And Forleks is sending it through A main, but there's already 2 players here to meet him.
Not sure the Forleks is going to have much success here. Molotov into Insta position is a good one. And Insta decides to peek in front of it. Ooh, Forleks actually might make this happen. Just not able to get around the corner enough to be able to plant the bomb. It was close. Time not really on his side there, but a good attempt. 9-2. Mindfreak will be desperately hoping for a third to just stave off the double digits that Grayhound is pretty close to achieving.
Last chance for Mindfreak here, putting what they can together. Down to Mac 10, Tech 9, HE nade for Elias, looking for that E-box timing. Vexite inside the bridge smoke. Being a bit cheeky. They get caught. Lovely little pick there. It's going to give some space to Mindfreak to start to make their way into house. They've found some space over on double doors also. Where to go from here though? Still in a 1-3-1 on the T side. Let's see Grayhound heavily rotating towards the side of middle. Looks like it's going to be the walk towards E-box where they spotted Liaz. See if they can isolate this pick and turn it into a B-split.
Well, smoke for B main. You've got Dexter over there to help Liaz out, though it really is going to have to be Liaz to do the majority of the work, but Dexter's got a flash. He's going to pop that win in. Perfect timing. You love to see it. Liaz able to get the Molotov down as well, and the cohesion between Grayhound is just making the difference at this point in time, and that is that. 10 on the board, double digits in the first half. Grayhound are looking pretty sweet on Anubis.
This world is slowing down. How can I fight it? How can I listen when there's no sound? Oh, the wolves are out. Yes, the wolves are out. Hold on to what you found. Days are deceiving. My head is spinning round. Oh, I hear you now. Yes, the wolves are out. Inside of our reality. Satellites singing serenade. Send out a signal, please
Well, that was a half of Counter-Strike that Mindfreak would probably rather forget. 10-2. They haven't given themselves a lot of rope to work with in this second half of Anubis, and it's also their map pick, so might be staring down the barrel of a 1-0 for Grayhound pretty shortly. See how this pistol goes, but not a lot of hope for Mindfreak at this point in time.
I don't know if you can hear it, but my dog's going crazy because Grayhound is absolutely popping off right now. B main aggression here for Mindfreak. Trying to catch a little bit of a timing. It's a contact straight out, but you look at the up-down setup, high-low between Grayhound just baiting them into this fight. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's a comfortable fight for the teams. Immediate man advantage from Mindfreak. The bridge push from Super works out perfectly as well. They're looking good to take this pistol now.
Oh, another nice shot there from Super. And just when you think it's pretty much wrapped up neatly in a bow for Grayhound, another speed bump, I suppose, on the road to victory. And not going to get the bomb plants down here either, which will make getting a force buy into the next round impossible. Well, not impossible, but unlikely. Should just see the save out from Grayhound here. And into the gun round for the next.
More than likely. Good little start for Mindfreak. Is this the exact same, though, that we saw from them in the upper bracket game? Like, they're winning every pistol.
Yeah.
And then, like,
That's
still getting absolutely battered.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what happened.
They won 3 out of 4 pistols and still lost both maps, like 13-5. And they've won both pistols here on Anubis. Wasn't
the pistol that they won also the 4th pistol? Like, the last pistol that they played, I think was the one that Grayhound won?
Yeah.
I can't remember, but either way, yeah, it is somewhat reminiscent. But, you know, even despite a couple of kills here from Grayhound in the round, it's obviously not looking like this one's going to be too threatening from them.
Surprised Vexite doesn't hand off the A1S to Inns with that HP. Gonna miss it inside the smoke. Does have space to walk through that smoke in theory. Tux has been able to move up the flank. And actually the boost up over the top of the smoke. Ooh, the drop probably heard by Forleks though.
Easy one for Danger. And another one. So, 10-4. Mindfreak are at least able to do what is expected.
I don't pick up that A1S. Forleks ran the wrong direction towards house. And instead of easily getting the MP9 to an A1S, so that's not ideal. Either way, I think some things are going to have to go right for Mindfreak for them to start to turn this one around. Grayhound, first gun round for them. Looks like a little bit of water control, looking for some space towards E-box. Very early progression smoke into A main. Denying info to the CTs over there. Forleks really can't tell what's going on in that part of the map right from the get-go here, which may put some more pressure on the rotations. CTs with the smoke bridge and E-box early on. Keeping the T's at arm's length, but only for a moment. See Inns listening for info to see if the CTs are going to go and retake A main. Grayhound in the meanwhile starting to throw some progression. Smoke into house. They've taken some space over double doors. Liaz has spotted out this B main aggression and dealt with it accordingly. And now Grayhound going to start to take some space onto E-box. Double mollies on the inside and the outside going to push these CTs back into the site here.
Smoke flash over the top there for Grayhound. aliStair already having lost his life though is going to make this a bit more difficult. You've got Inns over toward A trying to lurk out and make something happen. He'll also fall to Forleks, and really it now comes down to these entries. 2 clean ones from Vexite. Maybe keeps the round in check, and it does, considering Liaz has been able to strike and get the bomb plant down as well. Grayhound 2-on-2. Liaz has heard Super on the rotate pass, and he'll get a freebie. They have no idea where Forleks is.
Last known to be on the A site. Did take that one player out, but with no real util, no smoke for the bomb. Going to be very difficult unless Grayhound feeds him a pick over here. And you can see him taking his time because Liaz took that duel so deep towards CT spawn. He has to clear all of these annoying angles, and as a result, he doesn't even have time to really go for this one.
It'll be an 11th for Grayhound. But at least Forleks will be given the luxury of an AK into the next round. Small wooden spoon prize, really.
What to do is Mindfreak here. Forleks could drop an AWP in theory. Might be the go. He drops a rifle, I believe. Yeah. So we end up 3 rifled, 2 pistols. Limited util. Not the ideal buy for the CT side here. And again, it's going to be a 3-1-1 from them. Grayhound not really doing anything different at all. Once again, it's the progression smoke deep to A main, flash to A main. Dexter just sends it through middle, takes a duel with Super, and although he pops a dink, the weaponry is not sufficient to punish him for that aggression.
Forleks doing pretty good work, though. Nice double kill onto Liaz and Dexter. The re-aggression working out for Mindfreak over toward B. Issue is they have completely lost control of A. And that is going to be a pretty quick bomb plant from Grayhound as well. So it's going to take Mindfreak quite a while to even begin their retake. They're really not going to have a lot of time with this one.
Yeah. aliStair's in the pivot position with the molly as well, so he can just molly main as soon as he hears these footsteps, and that's going to be probably pretty annoying for the CTs to deal with.
Well, it just comes down to the AK instead. aliStair, nice double, easy as you like. And for Danger, unfortunately, a little bit too much to do, so he's going to have to take the rough choice of saving the M4. For all the good that's going to do. Grayhound are going to be up 12-4. It really feels at the moment that they are sweeping Mindfreak aside with no issues at all.
Terrorists win.
Map point. Very similar scoreline to the upper bracket final between these two teams. Danger and Forleks being 2 of the more experienced players on the roster, as well as Tux, putting in the majority of the work this game. The younger guys, although they were definitely the standouts in some of the upset wins and the wins over Rooster, the more experienced players seem to be doing better against Grayhound here. aliStair on the line towards B, waiting for someone to make a mistake. Still a split and pick approach for the most part here from the T's. Vexite making his way close up to E-box progression. Molly trying to take some space, push the CTs out of that part of the map, and potentially set up Grayhound for a bit of a B split here.
Few members ready to defend though for Mindfreak, and a flash out from A long is going to get them the info that there's nothing really happening over there. Vexite could well line them up and almost does. Lots of damage at least to Super and Danger, and aliStair will catch Danger as he tries to escape. Grayhound not interested in committing to B though. Bombs back in toward T spawn.
Inzo heard that info flash over on the A side of the map, knows that the B pressure will pull a rotation across, and he's just gone ahead and taken that A space. aliStair still probing over here, keeping the CTs interested while you get the rotation across the map from Liaz with the bomb. DPR's pushed across bridge, and I mean, well, Dexter, the smoke was deep and provided him enough space to just walk straight up. DPR with an MP9, what can you even really do at that range? And Forleks, we have to ask more of him, but I don't think he's going to be able to deliver until the next map, unfortunately.
Bomb plant goes down on A. And Forleks, I mean, he's got the first one there onto Dexter, so a little bit of a stat pad for him, but beyond that, not sure he's going to get too much more, and he didn't even see aliStair at B main, so that's going to be that for map 1. Quite a comfortable display, really, from Grayhound. I don't know that there's too much to really dive into there, but yeah, I mean, Mindfreak gonna have to do better than that if they want to challenge the #1 team in Oz.
Yeah, I mean, Grayhound looking like a little bit of a